Quick scenario to start. A support agent accepts an AI suggestion for a customer reply. A day later, the customer complains. The suggestion was wrong. The team spends hours digging. Was it the original message, the prompt, the model, or an after-the-fact human edit that introduced the error? Time drains. Trust phrase. Sound familiar? Today I walk through a tiny practical forensic playbook you can add in days, so those investigations take minutes, not hours.
What actually failed here? 3 common gaps break incident triage. First, no input snapshot. There's no immutable reference to the exact user message or trigger that led to the suggestion. Second, opaque model context. Teams don't record what model, prompt or prompt version was used. Third, missing human edit history. We lose the before and after of human intervention. Put those together and you have hours of guesswork.
So my fix is deliberately minimal. A 3-field forensic playbook you can adopt immediately. Field 1, Input ID, a stable identifier for the originating input or event. Field 2, Model Context, a short indexed description of the model and prompt version used. Field 3, Decision Tag, an auditable marker of the outcome or human action, for example, suggestion accepted or rollback request. Those 3 fields give you the map to truss any output back to its origin.
Here's the one-line payload I use as an immediate artifact you can copy into logs or a provenance index. I'll read it exactly so you can paste it later if you want. JSON, input ID is mess-8421, model is GPT 4.1, prompt version is v2, confidence is 0.87. Let me unpack it. Input ID is the pointer to the original message. Model is the Molar identifier, prompt version is your prompt or template version, and confidence is an optional numeric, helpful for triage thresholds.
Okay, how do you test this quickly? Run 1-week pilots. Pilot A, support suggestion audits. Attach that 3-field provenance to every suggestion shown to agents. When an agent accepts a suggestion, the support dashboard stores the provenance index and the agent's edit decision. After a week, measure how long it takes to trace an issue from complaint to cause. You should see triage times drop dramatically.
Pilot B, CRM enrichment tracing. Before any AI-driven enrichment writes into your CRM, tag the write with the 3-field provenance and a decision tag that indicates confidence or source, for example, auto-enriched low confidence or manual reviewed. That tag lets you roll back or quarantine suspect writes without hunting through changelogs. Try it for 7 days on a single pipeline and compare rollback incidents before and after.
Implementation checklist. Keep it minimal. First decision, inline versus sidecar storage. Index the 3 provenance fields in your primary record, but store raw inputs in an access-controlled sidecar store with short retention and redaction rules. Second, retention and redaction. Keep index provenance lightweight, redact sensitive fields from raw inputs, and limit raw input retention to what's operationally necessary. Third, an acceptance test. Craft an automated script that simulates a known input, verifies the provenance fields are recorded, and confirms traceability from output back to input. Fourth, a single rollout owner. One person enforces field names, runs the acceptance test weekly, and signs off on changes.
Success metrics and a transition plan. Measure mean triage time for AI origin incidents and track rollback frequency. Look for a meaningful reduction in triage time within the first pilot week. The goal is minutes, not hours. If the pilot hits acceptance criteria, widen provenance to adjacent pipelines and add fields only where they prove necessary.
We also need to be blunt about risks. Logging too much provenance will inflate storage and query cost. Raw inputs may include sensitive data if you're not careful. Teams might use inconsistent field names and undermine the whole approach. Mitigations are straightforward. Start with just these 3 minimal fields. Store raw inputs in a redacted, access-controlled sidecar with short retention, and assign a single rollout owner who enforces naming and runs the acceptance test weekly.
Back to our original incident. With the playbook in place, we look up input ID message 8421, check model context GPT 4.1/prompt v2, and see the decision tag suggestion accepted. The agent's edit history shows a late edit that introduced the error.
Instead of hours of guessing, the team fixes the edit, rolls back the change where needed, and updates the prompt version to V3 with a small guardrail. Incident resolved in under 30 minutes. That's the point. Provable traceability.
Before we wrap, 3 quick takeaways. 1. Start minimal. Input ID, model context, decision tag. 2. Keep indexed provenance lightweight and raw inputs in a redacted sidecar. 3. Assign one rollout owner and run a short acceptance test weekly. And one practical question to take away. Where in your current workflows would a single stable input ID cut your investigation time in half?
Thanks for listening to AI Engaged. If you want AI tools you can actually use in your business, explore our subscriptions at aiengaged.com. See you in the next episode.